Okay, I hope everyone's doing awesome today. I'm actually going to touch on two different subjects that were asked directly to me as far as they were asked in direct questions, so I'm answering those questions. And one was, how did my mom get the information about me in the first place? And the other had to do with recovery, which I will go into here second. So in answer to the first question, my mom didn't sit down with me and discuss any of this stuff. She observed what was going on. She knew some of the people that I was hanging out with. A lot of that was by accident because I actually tried to hide a lot of that from her. I was not exactly forthcoming with my life or what I was doing, obviously. But again, she picked up in catching me doing certain things and stuff, like who I was hanging out with and what I was doing. And she put two and two together. So a lot of the stuff, it's really strange. It really hits close to home. It's very hard hitting, and it's very, very similar to actual events. And that's kind of what threw me for a loop. I went into this angry when I found out the book was written. I was in prison at the time, and I couldn't really do much about it. But when I got out, I was just so affronted, and I had a lot of emotions going on about it. But then I actually got the book and I read it, and I was kind of thrown for a loop. I was very surprised at how close to real circumstances that she managed to get without actually consulting me or talking to me about anything. So I guess you could say a mother's intuition, even if the mother and child aren't as close as one or both of them would like to be. There's still some kind of a connection there that is undeniable. And again, I do give her props, and I give her, for all my anger or whatever resentments I might possibly have, I do give her a lot of credit in that there were things that she got spot on. The fact that she figured out who Cash actually was instead of putting him in there as she saw him to be, or as she complained that he was to me. She saw that he was incredibly smart, that there was a charisma about him that was undeniable, and then she knew exactly where the attraction was and what drew me to him and made me want to be in his presence all the time. And that's something that really means a lot to me, actually, because I thought that she thought he was just some kind of a screw up and he wasn't worth anything. And for her to realize that early on his IQ levels were through the roof, and to give him credit for that, I really do appreciate it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, again, is addiction. It was asked to me directly what my take on recovery is. Do I think that a program is required to stay sober? Do I think that you can do it without a program? And coming from someone who has been through it both ways, I could say, I was able to do it both ways. The program that I was in when I got out of prison was early prison release drug court. So not just regular drug court, but the kind where they police your every move. They follow you. They do not allow you to drink a Red Bull or take cold medicine or eat poppy seeds. They're very, very, very strict. And if you do not adhere to those rules, considering you are still considered an inmate, you will get snatched up and sent back to prison faster than you can blink. So that program was a lot less difficult to do when I was sober and just staying sober. And that's the thing, is that if you're working a program honestly, if you are really getting something out of it, then a program can be useful. So like I said, if you go into it and you're not like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with this, these people talking to me. Some people don't react well to counseling or therapy or people talking to them about their feelings. Some people are just wired differently. When I went into that program, I did not want to do it, but I would rather do that than go to prison. So I took it very seriously, than stay in prison. I took it very, very seriously, and I was able to complete it in exactly a year with no weekends in jail, no mess ups. I actually almost got in trouble because we weren't supposed to be having any kind of a relationship during the program. And I ended up pregnant and then didn't tell them about it for a few months. Hello, Clyde. um, but I managed to talk my way out of it. Thank God I do have a few sales skills, and because everything else in my program was spot on, perfect. I never missed a meeting. I never missed a class. I was never late. They let it slide, and they let me graduate on time. But they could have held me back for that. That is in the rules, believe it or not. And again, I did get a lot out of that program as far as it goes. And because I had people to help me, support me, the meetings weren't, I chose meetings that weren't really super invasive, because I don't like having to answer to someone. So I only got a sponsor for the program, to put on a show or whatnot, but I was never comfortable with a sponsor. And what I was really uncomfortable with was strangers hugging me when I first got out of prison. I was in there almost 3 years, and I had people I didn't know coming up and trying to give me hugs and hold my hand at the end of meetings, and I was very overwhelmed and very, very rubbed sideways about it. But I got used to it, and I figured out that AA worked better for me than NA, because NA made me want to go get high again. When you get to talk about your war stories and it makes you think about it, I thought, better to be safer rather than sorry. So I decided to stay with AA. And again, those people helped me out a lot. They helped me get my first apartment on my own out of prison. They helped me with resources for job and things of that nature. So a program can be very, very helpful, especially to those who need the support, who cannot do it on their own. If you do not have the willpower to do it on your own, then get a support system. It does not have to be a program. It can be sober friends. It can be just AA meetings on your own terms. It can be a family member that you don't want to lie to and never do lie to, that can set you straight. Someone not afraid to tell you the truth. Doing it on your own is very hard. Sometimes it's just a boyfriend or husband that is really there for you. Someone there that you can talk to, that will not look at you like you're a pile of shit for wanting to relapse, or for having feelings that you're having a hard time controlling, because that's where the issue lies. People looking down on you when you're struggling with addiction, and you're sober, but you want so badly to stay sober, but also you want to get high so badly at the same time, and you just need to talk it out. And that's the most important thing, is having somebody there that will not make you feel terrible about being honest with them. That is a big part of why I'm doing this. I'm hoping that I can touch bases with people that struggle with that don't have anywhere to turn to, have nobody to talk to, and they can message me on here. They can talk to me. I can answer questions either on a video or just directly, or I can private message them if they want to, if they don't want to be thrown out there in public, which I totally understand. I am open with my story and with my addiction, because, well, at first I really had no choice in the matter, but then I got to thinking about it, and I decided that if I was going to go through all that, I didn't want it to be for nothing. I wasted years on what felt like nothing. So if I can help even one person stay sober, get sober, be there, be a support system, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it, especially because a lot of these people are just starting their lives. And if they start them in a way that is on a path of self-destruction, they're going to wake up one day 40 years old and wonder what happened to their lives. And that's just not fair to anybody. And it's sad what addiction does to people. But when you're doing it, when you're on the path, when you're in the middle of it, you don't feel like you're being destroyed. You feel like you're running the world. And that's the problem, is you're not running the world. You don't realize that everybody around you is looking at you in a way that you shouldn't feel the way you feel about yourself. I was on cloud nine. I thought I was running everything. I thought I was in charge. And I didn't even realize that people were whispering about me behind my back, making fun of me probably, because they don't know how to react. They don't know what to do. And they're just either sad for me or hoping for the best for me, but not expecting anything. And coming from someone who has relapsed twice, once that everybody knows about, and once I don't really tell people about. I will be forthcoming with that story on another day. I obviously only have a certain amount of time to talk every day so that I can get my videos uploaded properly. I have to kind of do it through a couple of different channels. So that is something that I'm going to talk about. I will get to, but I'm ready to talk about it now. And again, nobody knows about that relapse. Literally nobody except for Cash, really, at this point. So I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can be so that hopefully people will follow in my footsteps and they will be able to at least be honest in this circle with people that understand, that get it, that aren't going to judge them and feel sorry for them or angry with them or disgusted with them. And that's the common goal here. So in answer to the question, no, you don't necessarily need a program. A program can be helpful if you embrace it, if you take everything you can out of it, if you live in it and enjoy yourself and really immerse yourself in what they're showing you. If it's not helping you, if you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like you can do it with just someone close by or a little bit of help somewhere else, then by all means do it. Do whatever you got to do. I am not here to tell you you have to be in a program to do this, because it's absolutely not true. Again, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything or to make people believe it has to be a certain way, because it's different for everybody. But the bottom line is you can't do it alone, by yourself, nobody to talk to at all, because even if you manage to get a few days together of sobriety, you're not going to last. You will go back because there's nobody there telling you, hey, you can do this, bolstering you, giving you confidence, giving you somebody to talk to. And that's what you need. Bottom line is you need somebody that you can trust, that cares enough about you that they will tough love you and yell at you when it needs to be done and comfort you when it needs to be done and give you a safe place to go. And that's just how it is. Okay. All right. It's been fun today, guys. I probably talked your ear off today. I apologize. I just remember, please share, like my page, subscribe, get all the subscribers we can. I'm going to try a couple of things to try to expand a little bit. So whatever help I can get is greatly appreciated. I love you all. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.